All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the new Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. The Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. The Unbeatable, the new and improved Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. I am Uncle Nerd. The Unbeatable. I am Uncle Nerd, and this is my boy here, Count Kenny.
Hi, everybody.
We escaped into the shuttle because we always stuck at the space station. I'm in the Galactic Asylum. Kenny's on mop duty at the fucking internment camp in the Galactic Penitentiary. And Mika, they use her for entertainment purposes, but they caught her ass trying to get up in here. So she's back there. They made her DJ tonight and dance. So, you know, I stole a stormtrooper outfit and we jumped up on here. Count Kenny usually, you know, he got the bounty hunter outfit on, so you know how it go. We got a good show for y'all today. We are going to be talking about Star Wars. We love Star Wars, and we've been loving The Mandalorian. It's been keeping our mind off of the pandemic and keeping it locked down. So, you know, I want you guys to enjoy the Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. The Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show. Unbeatable.
You need a bullhorn for that. You need a bullhorn to do that.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a wonderful show in store for you guys today. We're going to be talking about The Mandalorian. We're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, what we've been doing, what we haven't been doing, what happened to me, how I almost died, all sorts of shit, man. We're gonna get it going today, but we're going to have a great show. We got a
shit, you did just almost. I just do you.
Yeah, my ass ate some fish. Being greedy, I ate some fish and my ass almost got fucked up in the game, man. I was torn up.
Had your guts all fucked up in the inside, huh? All melty.
Another thing too, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate to the show so that we can have more hot dogs and ramen to eat, because we ain't eating no steak no more. That stuff is over. It's all processed food and monosodium glutamate and fake from dust forth. So
the Maruchan money, right?
Exactly. So, you know, Kenny, what you been up to, man?
Oh man, just trying not to die, you know, trying my best to enjoy myself, you know, picking up a few figures and just kicking it, basically.
Oh,
you know, I actually had to buy a couple of mask filters and shit because I guess that's the new mandate and shit. Now you have to, otherwise you're gonna get hit with some kind of fine or whatever. I'm not even looking too much into this shit, but yeah, you know what it is. It's 2020. We're doing that nonsense now.
That's fucking crazy.
Boy, I miss the old world. That's
who you telling, man? And think about it. We was complaining about shit then, man.
Yeah, man. These seem like such small complaints now. I want to complain about that shit again.
we would wish we could go outside and get hit with stuff or get harassed and you know, like I can really go outside and do it like without a mask.
Man, without a mask is the key, man. But yeah,
man,
it is what it is, isn't it?
Yep. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the content that we're going to bring and that we've been bringing you, we're going to bring you, you know, donate to the Cash App, donate to, it's something else I got down here. We got
I like your Cash App account.
PayPal, you know what I'm saying? Tough Nerd Toys, all that stuff. Tough Nerd Toys, the whole spiel, because we hungry. Hungry. So yeah, you know. Also, if you get a chance, don't forget to check out Tough Nerd Toys Gaming. Tough Nerd Toys Gaming on the Facebook fan page, and we're developing the YouTube channel.
But, you're coming back to YouTube, huh? Nice.
I'm just going to upload a little bit of stuff there. Not a lot, but just a little bit of stuff there.
Hey, question about YouTube. I mean, ask me, is it still as central as it supposed to be was? Like all cleaned up and get your shit peeled off really quick?
Yeah, of course.
They never changed that, huh?
No, they never did.
That's why I had to delete all my things, because I didn't want any video up there no more just because of that fact.
Oh, we got a couple of comments over here. She said, this nigga got a storm. Oh man, I don't see how these stormtroopers do it. I see how they end up not shooting everything and shit like that. This helmet is killing me.
Bad peripheral vision.
It's not even that. It's just like, you know, what they used to get back to work. Get back to work. Yeah, YouTube is ass. They was always taking down our stuff and shit like that.
Oh, you kidding me? Your shows didn't last more than like a day or two. Things be gone right away. It's good to be back doing one of these, though, isn't it? It feels good.
It feels good. It feels good doing one of these again, man. But as you know, I got the Star Wars cup. You heat this up and the Star Wars logo cup pops up and stuff like that. I'm a big Star Wars fan. What have your thoughts been of the Star Wars as of recent, Kenny? What do you think? I mean, like, and you're not even a Star Wars fan, but with
I enjoy certain aspects of characters. I like The Mandalorian. It's a good show. You know, I like a lot of callbacks they use to different other genres and TV shows like westerns, and you have like some samurai tropes they throw in. You know, it's a fun little series.
Right.
Yeah. I will note one thing though, without spoilers, they kind of fucked up Boba Fett's armor again. Like, damn, they had it looking really cool when it came back, all rusty and messed up, and then they had to do that and paint it up. That looks like a.
But you know what? I like the fact that they, in a way, I like that he did do it. Do I wish he had kept it a little bit more banged up and like, you know, vintage looking and everything like that for a while? Yes. Yes, I would have loved that because of the simple fact that I don't know. I don't know. I'm just happy to see Boba Fett back. But I do love how they have the black sand gear behind the armor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you watch when he was coming out of Slave 1, he had like the big boots with the buckles on them and stuff like that. If you look at them real good, they got a bunch of straps and stuff on them. I'm loving the way they did last episode.
I'll tell you what though, in retrospect about the design, I'm starting to think they put the clean paint just to sell toys. That's kind of where my mind's going. Like, oh look, now you can have one battle damage version with the worn paint job, and you can sell one with the brand new clean paint job.
That would be awesome. And you know, the thing about it, the way I am and the way I'm feeling about this new Star Wars, I would take both. I want every action figure within this series now. Every action figure. I want every action figure. Moff Gideon is my dude. That is my dude.
I like that black lightsaber.
All live the Empire. To the Empire.
Man. Oh, this last episode was pretty damn good too, man. Really enjoying the build up to it.
It was very good. Very good. I mean, I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I mean, like, it's not too many episodes. I can honestly say this feels like Star Wars. I would say this goes to show you it can only take one thing that can actually bring you back to a series. Because honestly, I was telling everybody, even within the last shows, like, yo, my fandom is in the past. It's over. I'm not.
Those movies fucked it up for you, huh?
Yeah, they did. They did. Those movies messed it up heavily. Yes, I love chubby dad bod Boba Fett. Of course I do. Of course I love dad bod Boba Fett. I love dad bod Boba Fett. Jeffrey Cummings, my wonderful beloved redhead, says you even want. That's what made it awesome. Because he still put that work in. I also like the fact that when they did introduce Boba Fett, like, I've always read books, I read comics of how, you know, Boba Fett was like this superior fighter, even when it comes up against Jedis. You saw why they feared him in the universe, or like within the Star Wars universe, because he was like with a what do you call that? A sand person staff. He was whooping all them stormtroopers' ass, murdering them. Not whooping their ass, but murdering them.
Yeah, he was fucking digging them in the face. And I'll tell you what, man.
All in the face. He stuck it in one of the stormtroopers.
Oh yeah.
With him for a minute and let him go. I was like, yeah.
Right with the little pick right there too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. There's something said about the way they set that scene up too. It was really nice. It was a straight up action scene. It wasn't Disney has its rep for being Disney family friendly, but they really made that shit look brutal. It was fun to watch.
It absolutely was. Absolutely was. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this too much. I'm enjoying this entirely too much. But it feels like Star Wars. It feels like Star Wars. Star Wars has always been a story of good versus evil, but this right here puts a new spin. It's like a post-apocalyptic version of Star Wars, and it makes sense.
Yeah, I like how everything looks worn out, and like the world looks already worn and used up.
Right. Also, too, you have to understand, even though everybody considers the Empire to be terrible and terrifying, and can't post comment to us. Even though the Star Wars universe seemed like, always seems as though like, or the Empire seemed as though they were these individuals that were terrifying or horrible or, whatever the case may be, they kept the sense of order. They kept the sense of currency, of financial currency. When the rebels destroyed the Death Star, got rid of Darth Vader, because this takes place after Return of the Jedi, the universe went into complete disarray and dog eat dog and everybody for themselves because there was no sense of currency or anything. So now you got the rebels won, but I mean, look what you did. So I mean, like, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying it so much. I love the episode before that with Ahsoka Tano. I enjoyed.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna tell you one thing. My good buddy likes Star Wars a whole lot, pretty much like you do. But I'm kind of new to the whole thing, so he was over here making a big deal about the character. Like, hey, it's a new character, and he got almost offended because I said, oh, that's like a new character, huh? I didn't know that was a pre-established character from fucking Star Wars.
Who, Ahsoka Tano?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from Clone Wars and stuff like that, and she, she has books and stuff like that. And
yeah, so it's new to me. My buddy was almost taking offense. I was like, oh, that's a new character, huh? It's really casually. Yeah, so it's cool though.
I mean, the atmosphere that they got going on with this show is just absolutely great. Because in this episode recently, I liked how when Mayfeld, who was portrayed by Bill Burr,
I need a Bill Burr action figure.
Phenomenal job. Amazing job. The character they had play him, that they had him play, represented him completely. I mean, it felt like you weren't out of Bill Burr's character. You know what I mean? I love the dialogue that him and what's his name? That him and the Imperial General.
Oh, the officer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That they exchange within each other. I love the guy who played
that was a great
and shit. Right there. He was like, I didn't tell you could leave yet. You were dismissed yet. Then you saw Mayfeld started talking about Operation what was it, Cinder? Operation Cinder, and how that I think his name was Officer Lieutenant Halden, I think it was. No, what was his name? But regardless of what it was, it was good, man. It was.
I like his role too because he just felt really slimy.
Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it, man. And this episode was called The Believer, and it was very, very good. Very good. Very good. I don't know where to begin and where to end with this. I love the scene when you saw what's his name coming through? Remember when they stole the because they had to get the Rodanium, I think it was
on that little armored transport thing?
Yeah, you know what, me growing up in the 70s and 80s, I love vehicles with a bunch of big wheels and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. It had that look to it, huh?
Yeah, the Rodanium, I think it was the Rodanium, the Rhydonium. They had to roll the Rhydonium across the field and shit like that, and it was just great. Like that,
I like the with the Raiders on the skimmers was fresh.
Yeah, and they showed them getting rolled over like some Mad Max type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was great.
I only thought that whole world. You're right. The whole world had that whole post-apocalyptic post-war.
The whole universe is like that now. Because without again, everybody calls the Empire horrible. Yes, they were, but within Apple Vipers, what's going on? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Everybody feels as though within the Empire, everybody within the Empire wasn't bad. Not only this showed a different side of the Empire, because when you saw them TIE fighters come out there and regulate while they was bringing that Rhydonium in, I was like, oh shit, and it looked beautiful.
They lit it up. Yeah, you're right.
Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you saw that green come down.
Yes, and the way like it was just so iconic because you saw Cara Dune and Fennec up there just watching them go by and shit like that, and they just were like, you know what I mean? This feels like Star Wars. I absolutely love it. I love what Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and unfortunately, well, I mean, like I think Kathleen Kennedy right now is just a figurehead there. I don't think she's really in charge of anything. But I think they did a great job there. And like what I'm noticing that what they're doing with this new Star Wars is that they are they're incorporating different books to make it to where like how can I say, they're not rewriting everything, but they're incorporating everything, because you have the EU Legends canon, you have a bunch of stuff. You have a bunch of stuff going on there within that come from different books, but they're just putting it in there to where it's all like, okay, we're not rewriting anything, but we're just going to add on to a lot of things. And yeah, they have changed up some things, but I don't mind it at all because they're sticking to canon with the characters. I even like the part when they were going in there and they were trying to decipher who was going to go in first. And he was like, nah, I can't go. Boba Fett was like, nah, I can't go in there. Like, look at my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking clone. Like, I got the face of a clone. They're going to detect me immediately and junk like that. Do I like the fact that, what's his name? That Din, took off his helmet? Not really. And in a way, I don't like the fact that he's talking so much. Because what made me like the Mandalorian in the beginning is the fact that he barely talked. He would just be like, because like when he did the first episode, he was like, hot or cold, you're coming in with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then he just gets to busting ass.
Exactly.
It was all about he let his action speak for him. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Oh, Jeffrey Cummings says, you know what? I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but what I really enjoy with the Mandalorian is the way they build up these characters. It's not like the Disney films where Rey was almighty and powerful just because she's a woman. You see male and female characters going through shit to build up exactly, and that's how you do character development. A lot of people are out there saying like, "Oh, this episode was just a filler." No, it wasn't. This is all
great.
I believe they're building up Mayfeld for a spin-off series with Cara Dune or Ahsoka Tano, whatever the case may be. I love where this is going. This feels like Star Wars. And the episode before this one, I love the way it ended where you saw Grogu just tossing them stone troopers around and shit like that, which leads me to a theory. I think that Grogu was stolen from the temple and stolen again. I think he was stolen at least like 2 times. 3 times when you actually think about what's his name? Mando, then getting him. I think the first time, here's my theory. I could be wrong.
He's a bike in the hood.
Yeah. I actually think that, and hear me out. I think that what's his name? Gosh. Oh God, what's his name? Because I'm so excited about this series and shit like that. I think Mace Windu was the one who stole Grogu from the
Samuel Jackson. That'd be fresh.
Samuel Jackson, Mace Windu's not dead. He's not dead. You gotta understand, the motherfuckers in the Star Wars universe, regular humans, they're not just regular humans. These motherfuckers could sometimes like open up a shuttle hatch and just still survive for a bit, fall from heights and shit like that, and get back up later on. Not to mention,
they be losing body parts, man. Yeah. Darth Maul got cut in half, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like think about it. It's a lot of them. Believe it or not, Dengar, who was one of my favorite bounty hunters, is a cyborg. His body is fucked up. Like all that, the wrap around his head is covering like dents that's missing, like from when he had a bad accident fucking with Han Solo. He's all fucked up. Most of his body is bionic. You know? So I mean, like, you know, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this. I am loving this. I love the way. And if you look real good, Boba Fett still had his E11. Somehow or another, he got back his gun, his E11 gun. It says, Apple Viper says, do you think Grogu will end up being important to future Star Wars projects, or that Grogu will become in the mainstream Star Wars? Yeah, Grogu's going to be the next Yoda, but I think
super popular, isn't he?
Yeah, they can't. They'd be stupid to just like let him just fade out with the Mandalorian. No, Grogu's going to be a catalyst or a segue into many different series. I believe he's going to be heavily incorporated into the Ahsoka Tano series. I think he's still going to be a subject within Cara Dune, all that stuff. When the Mandalorian, because you have to understand, he's going to outlive Mando. He's going to outlive Din. Them motherfuckers be living like to 1,000, 1,200 years old. You know what I'm saying? And no, I don't know what species he is, because I know most of the species in Star Wars, but I don't know what species he is. But no, your friends are wrong. I totally think your friends are wrong, Apple Vipers. I do. I think he's going to outlive a lot of he's going to be a major component with Star Wars going forward.
Yeah, it's too much money to throw away, man.
He is.
Too much merchandise for Disney to mess up, man. You know?
Exactly. But it's sad to think, like, even when you go up to when you think about modern day, more than likely the Mandalorian is either going to end up dying or whatever, and Grogu's going to have to move on. Because
I think he's going to die, and the little baby's going to take some of his armor or something.
Something's going to happen, whatever the case may be. But I absolutely love this show. The episode before this, what was this? This is episode.
I think it was 7, right?
Yeah, episode 7, season 2. Episode 6 with Ahsoka Tano was amazing because it was a mixture of Western and the lone wolf or samurai. Think about it. You had Ahsoka Tano having a standoff with her arch nemesis, and then you had Mando having having a standoff with the other guy that was played by the guy from
Dude off Aliens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know some incidents. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
dude off Aliens.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep. So I mean, like, this show can only get better. It keeps getting better. What they're doing is what should have been done with Star Wars a long time ago. It has. I mean, it's giving them my nostalgia back for Star Wars, because at one point, I was just like, fuck Star Wars or forget Star Wars. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But now, I mean, my love for Star Wars has grown exponentially. I actually look forward to watching getting up early in the morning. I am like, when that jump, I'm back. I'm done. That's why
Really?
I don't be wanting to kill it for everybody, but man, I'll be wanting to talk about it bad. When I say I'm a Star Wars fan, I'm a Star Wars fan. Like, other people be like, oh, well, no, I am a Star Wars fan. So when you start talking that crazy jump, like, oh, and you don't know this and you don't, I was like, bruh, stop it. This is the one time when I'll be like, look, I'm older than you, bro. I've been on this before you was even born, bruh. Empire Strikes Back brought me into Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back brought me into Star Wars. You know what I mean? Because I saw the first original Star Wars film. It was okay for me, but honestly, I was more into like other sci-fi TV shows that were on TV, like the Bionic Man and Buck Rogers and Battlestar Galactica, which I think they need to do figures for that.
I always love the Cylon designs myself, the old school ones. Yeah.
Death to all carbon-based life forms. You know what I'm saying? Your life is irrelevant to your. I used to love Battlestar Galactica.
I always wanted a gold Cylon. Those were advertised in the comics back in the day, man.
I had two of them, man.
Nice.
The paint they
was it the mail away one?
No, that one somehow or another. It was a store around when I was growing up called Two Guys, and I used to steal from there all the time as a kid. If my mother bought me one action figure, I would steal at least 3. You know what I'm saying?
I used to steal Muscle Man toys because they were so small and easy. Walk out with a pocket full of them shits.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, one day my mom encouraged me to steal them. We was at the grocery store and they had them.
I love your mom, bro. She was.
I gave her. I said, "Mom, can I buy these?" She said, "No, just put them in your pocket." What? To put it out the first time I stole 2.
I think we had the best moms ever, man. No bullshit. Because my mother would sometimes buy me violent ass toys and shit.
Damn, all my toys were violent too. Of course, they had to be.
And you know the thing about it is, my mother actually would let me watch horror films and all that other shit. Like
same here. Yeah.
Well, what it was is that my uncle got me into my uncle got me into sci-fi. No, my mother got me into sci-fi. My uncle got me into horror, and he introduced me. No, my grandmother and uncle got me into horror. I was terrified. I think I told you this before, but as a kid, I was terrified of one monster. Out of all other monsters, I was terrified of this one monster. Guess which one it was?
No, which one? Was it a universal monster? One of them?
Because you know what? I was a kid that thought with logic, and I was already reading. I was already reading at the age of 4. You know what I'm saying? So I would read a lot of books that my mother would have laying around, and she also got me this book called Redbeard, I think it was. But out of all the monsters that I saw, it was only one that terrified the shit out of me. And if I tell you, you're probably gonna laugh, but you got to think about the logic that goes along with it. I will tell you.
All right.
It was the Blob.
The Blob.
The Blob. I was terrified of that motherfucker. I was horrified of that thing. When I saw that nigga eat that whole Jeep, you know what I'm saying?
That was that.
He ate a whole Jeep. You couldn't stop him. You could not stop this motherfucker. He was just eating everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when it went off, all they did was freeze him. And
I was about to say, that's all you can do, right?
Yeah, I think it was Beware of the Blob or The Return of the Blob. And each time in those movies, they did nothing but freeze this motherfucker. So when summertime come around, he back at it. So I was terrified of the Blob. I was terrified of that thing. But yeah. What got me into sci-fi horror was Green Slime and Alien. I would to this day, I can fall asleep to the Alien movie, the very first one. I love it. I love the
first one's still the best one, I think.
Oh, first one was phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal. For Parker, remember that. For Parker, my nigga. For Parker.
I still like 3 though, man. A lot of people don't like 3, but I thought 3 was just beautiful to look at because it had the color grading on it was like this sepia kind of, you know what I'm talking about? It had this whole different look amongst all the other alien movies.
Yeah, it had like a dusk look to it, like a dusk over it. And I did like the dog alien. I just think it was written horribly.
There's a comic that actually makes the story a little bit better.
Yeah, because it's one alternate ending where like what's his name? Reese? No, not Reese. What's his name? Oh God, the one those two, Newt and what's his name?
I'd like to say Hudson. No, am I wrong? Shit, it's been so long since I've seen that.
Who was it? Who was Hudson Apone? It was Hudson Apone, Vasquez, and a couple others. Oh yeah, they didn't die, and like Newt grows up and all that other shit, and it was some old clone shit that had happened or something like that. They thought they were dead, and one of them had woken up and jumped the ship, or it was just a whole. I gotta remember which book it was. You know what I mean? But it was like an alternate story because, like, if you read Alien, and speaking of which, I saw that Disney's going to do an Alien series on TV, so I think they're going to fuck it up. I got a feeling.
We'll see how that goes, man. I'm still really 50-50 about them using Alien or Predator at all. Like, damn, they might just.
Yeah, man, you gotta do that. It has to be R-rated or it has to be violent. I'm sorry, it can't be PG or whatever the case may be.
That's gonna mess it up right there because you gotta have all kinds of because they come out your chest. They come out your damn rib cage. How are you gonna clean that up?
You can't clean it up. You cannot. You can't. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, if you feel you want to donate to the show, because it takes a lot for me to do this, I got to keep the lights on. My boss fires me every week, so I mean, like, we got to get this going to where like we could do something. Yeah. I don't care if it's 50 cents, $1.
Don't gotta buy some soups.
Appreciate it. We gotta buy some soup. All we need is processed. No, that's it.
I need some soups and some fucking some saltines.
For real.
Oh man,
I never knew ramen. I never knew ramen would taste like steak to me, bro. No.
Hey, a little bit of sesame oil goes a long way, and make it
rough, bro. It's rough. It's rough, man. You in heat big trouble, man. You in heat big trouble. Somebody said they're gonna put Mickey Mouse in there.
That'd be a weird looking alien hybrid come out Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse be like,
oh man, I just Disney already just consider all the old Dark Horse shit just unofficial now, and that was all beautiful work back in the day.
I don't know why they do that.
Especially the Predator stuff was so good. They set up so much of the character's background and the culture of it. They're gonna destroy that.
Of course, man. Of course, it's gonna be ruined.
They already did the last movie, but they're just gonna dig it further down.
Yeah, it's gonna be ruined, man. I'm hoping for the best, but I mean I'm expecting the worst.
It's always best to expect the worst because you can only be impressed later on.
Because it's like with Disney, they don't get it until they fuck it up first. That's the only time. Like, why should you have to go through 5 years of failure where like only one of the movies that you put out did something?
Yo, you went through all them awful ass movies just to get to Mandalorian. That's pretty sad. All the movies just to end up at a TV show to bring y'all back.
Right.
All that money thrown down the drain, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, there's no way. I never understood how they messed up with Star Wars. Like, you give me that brand, I would instantly be like, okay, let me purchase that brand. Okay, especially with the money I paid for it too. I'm like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I just bought it from you, George Lucas, but I'm gonna hire you to manage it. So when things go bad, they're gonna turn to you. Not to mention, I also gonna hire people that I know for a fact are Star Wars aficionados. It's in their blood. They love the series. So that when shit go bad, I'll be like, they did it. Or George Lucas did it. I would never try to reinvent the wheel. I wouldn't. I would just leave it like it is. But I can say I'm happy with the shows, with the Mandalorian. Every episode from season 2, even season 1, I loved it. I enjoyed it. And no, this
season was good too. You're right.
A lot of people are saying this recent episode that just passed was a filler. It wasn't a filler. It was actually character development. So Mayfield Mayfeld is now a character, like somebody that they can take anywhere. He can even he went walking off. So essentially, who knows? He might stay on that planet, try to help liberate it, join the rebellion. You never know. You never know. And I love how like most of these heroes in here, they're not these, oh, I stand for justice. No, they're anti-heroes, or like they're reluctant heroes.
Everyone's a little gray. There's a gray area for most people.
Right. I'm loving this.
That's real.
There are also, but you know what? I saw there was some shows lined up that they got released for Star Wars coming up. Like what was it? I think they got the Visions, Star Wars Visions coming up. They got
is that Darth Maul thing still coming, or is that canceled? Because I remember hearing about one rumor months ago.
I think this one is what's that? They got Star Wars. They got what's the name of that guy? Obi-Wan Kenobi show they got coming out. Now, before I heard them speaking about this, and they would cancel.
Who's playing Obi-Wan? Is gonna be the
what's his name? Ewan McGregor. I think
they're bringing him back.
Yeah, they're also bringing back what's his name? Oh God, the one who played Anakin Skywalker.
I thought he was kind of terrible.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, it seems to me they were making him read his lines like that because we are supposed to be Jedi. That's why I used to be like, damn. His acting was horrible, but I think they made Hayden
does on purpose.
Yeah, I think they made him read his lines like that.
Why would they do that? It just
I don't know.
It's a bad decision. It's a terrible decision.
I don't know. Although I do love the prequels, unlike most people, I love the prequels. I think they were absolutely phenomenal.
Hey, they're better than the last 3 movies, so of course there's that.
Yeah, Mika said they also too. You got to check out Bad Batch. That's like a ragtag band of the what's the names of the clones that initiated
the Commando Squad.
Commando Squad that initiated.
I love the Commando characters.
Me too.
Games was one of them. Yeah. Is that animated or live action or what is that?
It's their CGI animated series. But although I never liked their CGI animated series, I love the stories that were in it. If you ever watched Clone Wars and Rebels, that shit was violent. It was violent, and it was one of those shows that just went under the grid because it was. I don't know, and it was slated for kids, but that shit was violent as hell. They used to be shooting like clone troopers getting shot point blank in the face, rolled over, everything. That's why it was one of those shows. Although I didn't like the CGI animation or artwork that they used for it, it was adult themed. It was similar to Robotech or Macross.
Nice, fantastic.
Like you saw people getting sucked out into space, choking, getting blown up. I was like, okay, and this comes on Cartoon Network for kids. You know what I'm saying?
That's like when we were kids. All that shit was super violent. Fantastic.
Oh yeah, all the stuff on there was super violent. I mean, but that's the way we grew up. That's the way we grew up, man.
Yeah, all my toys are murderers of some kind.
Yeah.
I think about my collection, man. All the GI Joes are like some kind of contract killer guy. All of them were.
Yeah. And I mean, Marvel got a bunch of stuff lined up, but I'm not really.
I'm kind of iffy about all it. The next one.
I'm not really excited for none of that. I'm not really excited for it. And honestly, a lot of people don't want to see a Cassian Andor Disney Plus series, but I do because I love the Rogue One. I loved Rogue One. I think it was the only good feature film that came out of Disney Star Wars was Rogue One. Rogue One was I've watched that at least 6 times.
Damn.
At least 6 times. That's how much I love it. Lies.
How many times have you watched the last trilogy?
What last trilogy?
Exactly, huh?
We don't talk about that.
I guess you didn't double dip for any of those.
We don't talk about that on the Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ. We don't talk about that on the Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ. We don't talk about that on the Unbeatable TNT Photon HQ show.
So I guess no double dipping, huh?
Nah. Honestly, if I don't want the toys of it, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. The Mandalorian, I want every action figure, even down to what was that? The Death Star trooper that got the Death Star engineer that got shot by the sniper by Cara Dune, my baby mother.
Yo, they had them in Nintendo 64 robot stormtroopers in the last one. I thought was fresh.
Yeah, the Death Trooper.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
Last time I saw them was a Nintendo 64 game.
You know, Death Troopers are similar to the The Death Troopers are what's the name? They're similar to what's the name? They're cyborgs, but they're more cybernetic than anything. I think they have human brains, or like soldiers that were like their bodies were almost dead or whatever case may be.
Nice experiments.
Yeah. Because if you read the books on them and stuff, they're horrible. They are horrible. It's like you literally, like their brains are literally trapped in like a machine and shit like that. Some of them don't survive the transfer, so they have to like take away portions of their brain and shit. But like if they were a good soldier that was like, or a good lieutenant or whatever case may be, that was like a good fighter or a marksman or whatever, and that followed orders, they just shove them right in one of them things. Kind of like a what do you call that? Oh god, not a juggernaut. What's the name from 40K? Oh god, what's it? What do you call them? Giant machines that they throw dead people into them and make them work still after they dead and shit. Only
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, the 40K universe is horrible. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
It's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
That's right. Just made me laugh. That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You never really read the 40K universe?
I didn't read a lot. I mean, I like the character designs. I'm familiar with a lot of the chapters and all that, but I never read a lot of that, man. It's hilarious.
I think they're called juggernauts. I'm not sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they like your last like your servitude is never finished. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, because the Chaos Marines, they like if you, you. I think it's called a juggernaut or something. Not you get like you once your servitude, especially if you're like a oh gosh, I am at a loss of thought because I'm so excited about Star Wars. If you are gosh, what are they called? Not a chaos, what's the name? Not a Chaos Marine, because Chaos Marines are usually like wackos. You know what I'm saying? But totally forgot. But if you're one of them, the ones that wear the blue and gray uniforms with the like the suits all covered up, you did great servitude and all this other stuff and everything. They throw your dying body or your close to dead body, mainly parts of you go inside of this giant ass hulking machine and shit like that stands about I think they stand about like 30 or 40 feet tall and shit like that.
That sounds like the ideal view to me. That sounds good, boy. Taking my head up, my brain out my head now. Do that
because that's like they're like you never lose in the 40K universe. Even when it comes to the Chaos Gods, and you know you don't lose. You never stop serving your Lord and shit like that. Because if you serve Slanesh, well, Slanesh just pretty much takes you through they're like a Hellraiser or a Cenobite type of thing. But if you dealing with Grandpa Nurgle, he'll infect you so much that when you beg him, yeah, Grandpa Nurgle or Nurgle, he'll infect you so much to where like you beg for, because he'll just keep sending your body through different like fucking pestilence and diseases and shit, oozing pus, but he won't let you die, and then you beg him to stop, and that's when he takes you in, and you just constantly keep evolving into like a pus bag or like anything full of pestilence.
It's like being from San Francisco, basically.
Yeah, like their blades and weapons are infected and shit like that. Like they can scratch you with a blade with one of their swords, and you just get super infected and start mutating, and
it's like fighting a bum. Scratch you with one of their blades, get you infected.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, man. It's fucking disgusting. But I mean,
you know what though, man? That's like some shit I wanted since a kid when I saw like RoboCop 2 and I saw Robo-Kane. I remember thinking to myself, I want them to take my brain out of my body and put me in some kind of big ass killer robot. This is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, think about it. It would be like a tomb. It would be like you're trapped in a jar and shit like that, I think. Because I mean,
how powerful you is, though. God damn.
But I think I would end up going crazy because, like, that on RoboCop 2, he was already fucked up. But
he was done. He was already cooked in the head, dude. Kane was messed up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I guess, like, I don't know.
That was the shit when I was a kid. I remember thinking of. I remember drawing this sheet with a piece of paper in like maybe second or third grade or somewhere around those ages. I had a piece of paper and I drew my ideal body parts. If they would have put my brain in some kind of robot machine, it had big ass spider legs and all kinds of shit, man. One of my arms was like just a gun. I had my whole arm was just a big ass cannon. I only had my right arm and the rest was like spider legs and shit. It was silly.
Damn. You know, like with me, I think I told you this before. Like, I was such a big fan of like robot part. Now, I wouldn't mind cybernetic parts being put on me. That I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like, all right, maybe some cybernetic legs, but I want them to have some type of feeling, because if I don't feel my shit, I know I'm crazy. I'm gonna go crazy. But I want to be able to turn that pain off if that shit get whacked or something like that, or like somebody run them over or somebody snatch off an arm or whatever the case may be. But I wouldn't mind having some cybernetic arms or cybernetic leg. When you start like RoboCop, no, hell no.
you want to maintain humanity, huh?
Right. RoboCop, as much as I love RoboCop, I would never. I mean, his shit was fucked up.
Yeah,
Then the way my boy Clarence and them did him, you know, my boy Clarence and them did him. I was like, oh man, this is not cool.
Yo, remember the scene though where they showed all the rejected RoboCops? That's one of my favorites. You saw one shoot himself in the head.
One committed suicide. He blew his head off.
Yeah,
they was like model such and such and such. One just took off his shit and said, ah. You know, think about that junk.
Yeah, one just tore his own head off. Huh? You're right.
Yeah,
that's some psychological trauma right there, man.
Exactly. So, you know,
those motherfuckers
cool,
been through some shit.
Not cool. You know what I mean?
Still, man, I wouldn't mind looking in the mirror and I see that big ass robot. You know, robot jocks. That was kind of what I wanted to look like if you think about it. The big black robot with the spider legs,
right,
and the missile hands.
Mm-hmm.
And his dick would come out. It was like a chain. He had like chainsaw dick weapon.
Yeah,
I'd like to look like that.
I don't know. I'm more of a. I think I would more like, if I had to choose. I want to look like something like, if I was gonna be stuck in a giant mech body, I would. You know, something like maybe like Pacific Rim or maybe like, you know, like Dengayo or you know what I'm saying? Maybe Big O or something like that. I don't know, but like something. No,
I gotta have the spider legs. That's the whole thing. I gotta have the spider legs.
I know I would end up going nuts.
You don't think you have fun? I think I have great fun. I go fuck up a mountain. Fucking fuck up a city, do something, shoot my missile hand, and then break like one of air carriers and shit. Have fun.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but I just can't stop talking about this Star Wars, man. This is really good. This is something I look forward to every Friday.
I hope they lean the movies in the future towards this direction more, you know, and just
they have to, because they've set the precedent already. So people are going to expect a more darker Star Wars, like I grew up with, like what was that? Like what do you call that?
Empire.
That
was the first one I watched, so that's kind of my proxy.
That set the tone for me for Star Wars, because like Star Wars, again, I saw Star Wars as a kid, the very first one, and I enjoyed it. I had a few action figures of it. But I didn't start loving Star Wars until Empire Strikes Back, and it was due to the dark overtone. It was due to the dark overtone. Like, you know, you had Luke Skywalker, and again, the reason why I didn't like these prequels, because when you think about Luke Skywalker, he was a work in progress. You saw him go from this bubbly farm boy to where, like, by the time they made Return of the Jedi, he was stone cold. You know what I mean? There was progression. It was lost. He lost his hand. Losing friends left and right, and still had to remain, like, he still had to keep going. Like, he'd be flying an X-Wing, he talking to his friend, boom, 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 boom. He'd be like, oh man, okay, still got to keep going. Lost his hand. Friend, Empire Strikes Back. When you essentially look at Empire Strikes Back, it was a movie, what literally the title says, The Empire Strikes Back. In that movie, they won. The Empire was on their ass. Darth Vader came to Hoth. The first scene, he come out there. The rebels was hiding. They thought they had everything. They making plans. Darth Vader was like, no, y'all ain't gonna find me. I know where y'all at. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for y'all. Everywhere they went, Darth Vader was on them. They went to Hoth. He went there, tore that up. You understand what I'm saying? Blew up their generators and all that other stuff. So even if they did, whoever was left there, they froze to death. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. The setting was cool too. I like the ice. Everything was fresh. You know what? When I was a kid, though, I'll tell you what, man. The movie after that just threw me off of Star Wars for years, and I just kind of didn't like it because of that. The one the fucking what was it? The little short midgety guys.
You talking about
the Ewoks? That shit just annoyed
it.
me as a kid. Once I saw that, once I saw that on TV, because it came on like Channel 7 at one point. That was the first time I saw it. I was like, nah, this is not like the other movie I saw before. And that kind of took me off the brand for a good long while, man.
Right. Right.
Did you like that? Ewoks? That shit was awful.
I hated Ewoks. It reminded me of one of my uncles. Them Ewoks with them glassy eyes and that nose and them lips that was all with the teeth. Like one of my uncles was always drinking, so he looked just like him. He was act like him and everything, always reaching up for something, and you know what I'm saying? That's why I never liked them Ewoks. They look dirty and nasty to me. And I don't mind them, but like they weren't cute to me. Like people were saying, like the Ewoks is so cute. I was like, no, they ugly. They look like my uncle. I don't want them. I don't like them. And then, but then again, at one time I hated Return of the Jedi, but once the Disney trilogy came out, I went back and watched it. I said, wasn't that bad at all? Wasn't that bad at all?
Man, that Disney truly really did leave a black eye on a franchise. I think, man, that's hard. That's a hard thing to take.
But they're already talking about writing that out of the Star Wars continuum.
Are they gonna do that? Just saying it, ignore it, right?
Yeah, they're gonna retcon it. They're talking about retconning because I think they're gonna make multiple universes, like kind of like make that like a thing that was like, I don't know. They're retconning it right now. As we
I didn't realize the reaction to that was that bad. And retcon. Damn.
Yeah. It was almost a brand that just died. It took one show. If it wasn't for the Mandalorian, that Star Wars would be dead. They're just recently bringing back fans, but they lost a lot of fans due to this nonsense.
Oh damn! Yeah, it's
something you cannot put your own spin on. And what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, even Deborah, because Deborah Chow did a few episodes too. What they're doing is literally creating a new, expanding upon the universe while keeping the other characters relevant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. When you saw Boba Fett pop up, you was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I love it. I didn't mind him having a dad bod. He's supposed to, Boba Fett has to be like close to like 50-something years old now.
And I'm a big fan of, when you watch street fights on YouTube of the old man beating
Me too.
Out of a younger kid. Yeah. And that felt like that to me. It was great.
Yes.
There was one video in part. I don't even remember this video. There's a particularly of a bus fight. And an old man's whooping on some young dude, and he gets to the back of the bus, and he says, young boys got their ass whooped today. That shit always makes me smile, man. And that little Boba Fett fight kind of felt like that. It was good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Young boys got their ass whooped today.
You know what? What was the episode? I think it was episode 3 or 4 when baby Grogu was eating up everything. What episode was that? I think it was episode 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah.
When Grogu was eating up everything, he ate that
the eggs.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how messed up I am. There's one scene on there that I kept running back, and that was when Baby Yoda with Grogu was running from those spider creatures after he ate that junk. Did you see how them legs was all just moving side to side? You like,
yo, for a second, I thought they were sneaking that they bought the alien license and that was gonna be Liam and shit.
Damn. Did you see them legs though? Did you see them legs? He was all in that. And you heard the puppet made me laugh. I kept running it back. And the way they had them legs slide down that hill, I was like, oh man.
that was great, yeah.
And he was eating everything that episode. I loved it. He was just a greedy little fucker. I'm telling you, he was eating everything. And the way about it, like you would just see him look at it, he just dig his hand in, like, yeah, you saw him eating the goo and everything.
Just grab it, sorry, yeah.
Episode 4. Yeah, Jeff Cummings said, yeah, the eggs episode 4, I'm sure. Go back and watch when the
outrage towards that was ridiculous. Jesus.
Yeah,
how the hell?
People are stupid. They're gonna find a reason to be upset because that's the culture we live in now. You got to find something to be offended by. Mika said he snatched cookies too. This new society has to find something to offend them. That's not even. And the thing about it, they wanted him boycotted. They wanted him taken off.
God, Jesus.
Ate eggs of a fictional character. Like they're not.
I have an egg sandwich every other day. What's the difference? Jesus Christ! Put it on a bagel and get done.
Welcome to Twitter. He said, "Welcome to Twitter."
You know, I really am nostalgic for like the early 2000s now. It's such a shame. What the fuck happened to the world?
I don't know, man.
Man, 2006, I remember being a great year. 2005, 2006, fantastic years. Jeez.
Yeah, I remember too, man. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I don't know where but you know, it was like whether you believe it or not. And again, this is not me getting political, but you saw the shift happening, and they used movies and media.
Yeah, they kind of guided it towards the
society that we have now, where everybody's overly sensitive. You can't laugh, you can't joke, you can't do this. I mean, like, honestly, I'm feeling within the next 4 to 5 years, if not even sooner, comedy will be totally abolished. You won't be able to do comedy because, first and foremost, comedy is offensive. It's always
supposed to be. Yeah.
And it's always at the behest of someone else or yourself or whatever case may be. We're like, now you're getting canceled for anything. You get canceled for anything.
You can't even make fun of yourself. You can't
keep
someone fucking thinking you're doing something.
Yeah, I went over to I was hanging out on what was that? When you saw me go radio silent on Facebook for a while, I was over on Twitter. I just wanted to, you know, because like I go over, I have an account over there and stuff like that. It's not active. Occasionally I'll put up something like if it's dealing with the Mandalorian or like I'm whistling at Gina Carano or whatever case. Cat calling Gina Carano or anything like that, which goes ignored.
How dare you cat calling? That's against 2020 standards.
I literally just sit there and observe all the comments and like the stuff they will literally, if they have nobody to mess with, they start attacking each other. They start attacking each other.
Well, it's like they say, left eats itself, so eat itself.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy over there. I don't know. I don't know. It's like they've given the crazies have taken over the insane asylum. So I mean, like, you know,
the inmates are running a joint, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just don't get the need to complain about shit so much. It's like, damn, when does that get done? Shut up.
If it doesn't concern you, just move past it.
Yeah, especially if it's entertainment. Like, who the fuck cares?
Like, yeah, oh yeah, another thing too. They want Gina Carano to apologize for her pronouns she put up there.
Stupid.
From what I understand, if she doesn't apologize, they won't allow her to get her spinoff show.
Ugh. Are they really gonna force you to apologize for that shit?
I mean, I guess you're not supposed to say beep bop boop. What did she say? Beep bop boop. Yeah.
How does that hurt anyone's feelings? You got to be a real, just have sand all in your vagina to get hurt by that.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's the. But it also falls under some people have too much time on their hands, or
you're right.
You know, they have entirely too much time on their hands.
This quarantine shit doesn't help anything either.
No,
it just pushed these people over the edge.
Right, I agree. I totally agree.
I'll tell you what, man. Without disclosing too much, I know someone who kind of killed themselves. But not but know someone who killed themselves over a fucking Wi-Fi connection, pretty much.
What,
motherfucker? In this specific building, I don't know if they had something going on. It was the stress of the quarantine. Here's what happened. Next thing you know, they find themselves on a second floor building and they're stabbing himself with a fucking ice pick like goddamn Peoples from the Shaft movie. He's ice picking himself, and then he walks up to the rooftop and he just jumps off the roof because apparently the Wi-Fi wasn't on and he was just, he set him off and that was it.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. And again, like, and not to venture off, because like with this show, I try to stay on like pop culture and sci-fi topics, but it's inevitable for you to speak about what's going on. And
it is what it is, man.
A friend of mine actually watched a man jump off a building while she was working, and she just saw like a body come down.
Boy,
she was like, "Oh shit!" She put it up on Facebook, and I was telling her like, I'm sorry you had to see something like that, and if it's anything, but these are some of the things that are going on within this lockdown, to where as though a lot of people, they're not addressing the suicide and mental illness as like overflowing. Like, imagine the abuse that's going on in these homes and everything like that too.
Yeah. You take already fragile mindsets and you put them to this shit. It's gonna fuck them up even more. And I'm wondering too, man, if this is gonna really mess up this current generation, because they're not graduating, they're not doing no more interaction in terms of being social. That's out the window. So what is that gonna do in terms of how they react in the future? It's gonna fuck their social interactions all the way up.
You know what? I can already see. Well, see, you have to also understand that, you know, and this is no disrespect to anybody that's dealing with or like us on the spectrum of autism or, you know, anything like that. But you're going to create a lot of socially. There are already, because of the technological age and the fact that
you're kind of right.
A lot of humans and a lot of individuals don't interact with people socially. They become socially awkward. So they're not going to really know how to interact with people. They're not going to know how to. It's creating problems. This whole new society that we're being thrust into is just like creating. It's a lot of situations, and how can I say, issues are going ignored. They're being ignored, and it's leading to a lot of death. It's leading to a lot of violence. It's leading to a lot of, you know, people committing suicide, because over here people are committing suicide left and right, and nothing's being said, you know? So, I mean, like, you know, hell, Star Wars kept me from doing it. You know?
I like this comment. You should put your pronouns as a mutant from the X-Men. That's a good one. Can it be a character, or does it have to be a specific mutant power? It's fantastic.
I guess so. I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna start putting Apocalypse as my pronoun. Fantastic.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they got a couple of shows lined up that I was looking at. That, I mean, again, I'm not too big on what Marvel has to. I'm not really big on Marvel. I think the era of Marvel movies, like, just went, you know, when it's already come and gone. They've blown their load with it already. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what more are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's really nobody I really want to see, because I think they got the Vision. What's that? WandaVision coming out. They got they slated a whole bunch of things, but I don't see how. I don't know. There's really nothing I want to look forward to. I'm looking forward to within the Marvel.
I'd watch that. What ifs if they're gonna do like actual like the comics? That could be fun.
Yeah.
But past that, I'm all right. Even Blade, dude. I'm like, I kind of don't want him to fuck Blade up,
bruh.
And you know they are. Oh boy, Blade's a hard R movie. The first one was a great movie.
Right. Right. Check this out. So I know both you and I are big fans of the Toxic Avenger. I know you saw the news, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Dinklage to star in Legendary's Toxic Avenger reboot.
Well, did they announce that he was going to be Toxie?
I don't know what he's going to be. Maybe he's going to be the guy that grows big, because, you know, Toxie, he's going
to be Melvin.
Maybe he's going to be Melvin, and when that toxic waste dumps on him, he turns into, because, you know, the whole spiel, or like the tagline with him, superhuman size and strength.
I wonder if they're gonna CGI him like the Hulk. You know, I'm talking about his face on something.
He's gonna be Melvin, and then when he falls into toxic waste or gets dumped on toxic waste, whatever case may be. And I hope they keep the dark humor that the original Andy Kaufman,
my favorite is still Citizen Toxie.
Oh, I love Citizen.
Come on, it needs to keep that spirit at least a little bit.
Right, like those trauma movies. They're timeless. I love them.
Yeah,
I love them.
Nukem High, man. Yeah, all that.
Terra Firma. I think it was Terra Firma or something like
Nuka High. Yeah,
Nukem High. Yep, Nukem High 1 and 2, and Terra Firma, a bunch of them. I love Andy Kaufman's movies because they're all based on New Jersey. Because, you know, they always saying Jersey is shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But love them.
We're gonna see how that pans out. Though, man, maybe he'll be a villain.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Or, you know, again, I'm thinking that maybe by him being small, when a toxic waste falls on him, he'll possibly turn into a hideously deformed creature of superhuman size and strength.
Yeah,
and I don't know if they're going to.
You know, be interesting though if they just supersized him the way he looks with his proportions, and just made him like 6 feet tall with the same midget body.
That's messed up.
Man, somebody, if they're gonna put him in a toxic waste, someone has to cradle him like a baby and then throw him in a toxic waste. Someone has to.
Mm. I don't know.
I'll check it out though because I like the characters. I'm a big fan of those movies. I think I have to see this.
Same
We'll see
here.
how it turns out.
Same here. So, what do you think about them doing a Sigourney Weaver movie about young Ripley when like her story really didn't begin until she jumped on the Nostromo? I don't understand what they're trying to do.
It's not gonna have any xenomorphs, so
yeah, I mean, like, because if they rewrite it and just make the xenomorphs like she met them on Earth or met them while in training, how are you going to do that? It makes absolutely no sense. There is no story of Ripley essentially that's worth telling if you ask me.
I think you're gonna mess up the character progression in the first movie because you saw her kind of become more toughened as it went. You're
right.
Fuck that up. Is this what the Disney Plus series is going to be? The Alien series, or is it something separate?
No, I think they're going to do this. It's like because they grabbed the right. I think they swallowed up 20th Century Fox. If I'm not,
they did. They got all that stuff. Predator, Alien.
I just hope they don't mess it up, man. I really hope they don't mess it up.
Well, they already announced the next Predator movie. It's gonna be, I think it's supposed to be set in the Wild West or something. You hear about that one?
Yeah.
We'll see. That last one really just put a bad taste in my mouth, man. It just disgusted me to one gigantic degree. I'm never gonna get over that dumb Iron Man suit at the end of that movie.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then they're gonna make him stand there like, "Look." I was like, "Come on, stop it. This is ridiculous.
Motherfucker said, I'm a 42 large. I don't want that.
I was like, come on. You got to be kidding me. Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in peace, actor Dave Prowse. Dead at 85. He was the guy who played Darth Vader for years. Former bodybuilder and everything like that. So rest in peace, Dave Prowse. Like, yeah, man. It's been a great time. It's been a great time for Star Wars. It's been an absolute wonderful time. You heard that Oscar Isaac is going to be playing Solid Snake, right?
Yeah. We'll see how that movie is, though, man. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want him to pick more actiony looking dudes for them kinds of roles.
Me too. They again, I'm with you on it. They should get more wrestlers and MMA fighters to play these guys and stuff like that, so they look badass. You know what I'm saying?
There's a certain era we had of legit looking tough guys who could do shit, and that's kind of gone too, man. Everyone has to be a regular trained actor, and then they exercise for the next role, and they have to. I don't know if you look at other action flicks from back in the day. You had just look at Bolo from his movies. He was just naturally yoked all the time. Stallone and Van Damme, they always had.
I mean, it's what made you want to grow up to work out and be strong and tough and stuff like that. Like, I liked muscle bound dudes growing up, like Schwarzenegger and
you're right. It gave you something to aspire to.
Sylvester Stallone, Carl Weathers, and stuff like that. Drago. You know what I'm saying? I loved all those characters growing up. Hell, I love Rutger Hauer. I was a big fan of Rutger Hauer.
Blind Fury is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Blind Fury is. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Great film. Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think Mika just said Oscar is supposed to play Moon Knight as well, and she's right. Yeah, he was slated to play Moon Knight. And yes, as I was telling everyone out there, Sebastian Stan will be playing a young Luke Skywalker. So, people that was like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." I don't speak on things unless I definitely know them, or I will ask a question out there. So Sebastian Stan will be playing Luke Skywalker. And yes, he does favor a young Mark Hamill. He favors him a lot. Yeah, Blind Fury was my joint, man.
Yeah. And it had Shoki at the end. I thought that was
dope. Yes. And we were young, it was all about Shokosugi. Right?
Oh, that was the ninja, right?
Yeah.
He was there as the ninja.
Yep. So I heard you picked up that. Oh yeah, you know what? They're doing another season of American Gods.
Nice. Yeah, looking forward to that. I wonder how they handle the thing with Mr. Nancy.
Yeah, because he was pissed.
Yeah. And then they got rid of him, the actor. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him. Because some people said, well, I did hear that he was sometimes difficult to work with, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
See, I remember dude from Mad TV. So 7-Up commercials, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
To make 7-Up yours guy.
Oh, I don't know, but you know what? I saw what was that? The gosh. I saw that NECA is doing well, I already got some of them anyway, the original first 3, but they're releasing like more, I think 3 more 40th anniversary figures from the original Alien movie. But I think some of these they're just like because I already have that Ripley with her in her white spacesuit jumpsuit, like the white spacesuit and stuff like that. I have that one already. But they got Lambert, the one who killed Parker. And Parker was telling him to move. I will never get it. I was pissed. As a kid, I would watch that movie, and each time I watched it, I was like, why won't she move? She got him killed. The movie could have been over. The movie could have been over if she had just moved. She froze up like, oh, and if you watch his mouth, I swear he said, get out the fucking way. You know what I'm saying? While he was being killed, he said, get out the way. Because at first he said, get out the way, get the fuck out the way. He's like, move. She's standing there like, me? I'm a scary motherfucker. I'm jumping and running. He just that alien gonna have to catch me with his tail or a hand or something like that.
Oh, first sign I see something looking like that, out the fucking door quick.
I'm throwing something at it and running or whatever. Like, I don't just freeze up like that, but some people do.
Yeah, man, I'm throwing someone in front of me. Shit.
If you got enough voice to like mumble like, oh my God,
you better run, goddamn.
Yeah.
It's a lot of energy talking and mumbling. Get the hell out of there.
So you know how I used to go. And back then they was killing black people all the time in movies. I was mad when I was young and Yaphet Kotto got killed. I loved Yaphet Kotto. Like, to me, because he was a real black man. Like, it was like, to me, Alien to me was like the adult version of Star Wars I always wanted, because it was a monster running around in the ship, fucking people up. You know what I'm saying?
Brutal ways too, in just brutal fashion.
It was like having a bad child, and every toy he came across, he just pulled it apart and tore it up.
Yeah.
Think about it, because I'd be like, he was growing up on that ship, and everything he came across, he tore it up. And there is a theory, they say that, because some people believe that Lambert was sodomized by the xenomorph.
It's a Geiger design. I wouldn't be surprised. That's Geiger's shtick.
H.R. Geiger. Everything is sexual. Everything is phallic. Everything is, you know what I'm saying? Everything is like, what do you call that? Techno-organic or whatever.
There's some kind of innuendo behind the design.
Look at the hell of the alien. It essentially looks like a penis. Let's be honest.
And a face hugger, it's a goddamn pussy. Look at it.
Because when you think about Alien, it's essentially a story of intergalactic rape and unwanted pregnancy. That's what it is.
Shit, it is.
That's what it is. That's what
it is.
It is. So I mean, like,
complete with penetration and everything.
Mika says they are bringing in the Orishas for season 3 of American Gods. I can't wait. Okay, good. I thought they weren't going to bring back American Gods. I thought they were just like, it was. You ever had them series that come out and they just like they blow it, disappear? That's it.
Yeah, there's a good few that I enjoyed too.
Because after that situation with what's his name, the black guy, I didn't hear anything, not even no upcoming episodes, a new season, or anything like that. I don't know. I guess Mika says they are bringing in the Orishas for season 3 of American Gods. So all we can do is look forward to that. I am waiting on a few action figures to come out from NECA. I'm waiting for those Defenders of the Earth action figures.
I need a Phantom for sure.
Yeah, I want the whole set. And it looks like they're using the same body sculpts as they do on everybody else, but I don't care.
Like the Batman, Superman bodies, right?
Yeah, but I was never able to get a hold of the Defenders of the Earth action figures when I was growing up. They just came out, and when I went to the store to get them, they were just gone. And that had such a short run, they never they never popped up again. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get like some good toy news, you can check out toywizards.com, toy-wizards.com. I think that is. My good friend Lauren Stone and Scott Zillner are over there. They also have a YouTube channel that you guys can check out. You will love their content, especially Pop Lurker. Pop Lurker is for adult theme. It's adult theme comedy, but with a pop culture twist. Is great. Is great. Lauren Stone is over there. She runs that. And Scott Zillner and Lauren Stone run Toy Wizard. So check it out on YouTube. Just look up Toy Wizard. I might leave a link down below, so because I forgot to put it in the description, but I'll leave it in the description later on. So moving right along, what did you think of what's that Cyberpunk 2077? Give me your thoughts on it.
I only got maybe 15 minutes in because I just had to install, I had to do something, but I think it's a real pretty looking game so far because I'm on PC, so I don't really have any problems yet.
Right.
I kind of wish it was third person. It's first person. For a game like that, I wish I could at least switch out. But so far, it looks pretty good. It's pretty immersive looking. The lighting is real fucking nice, man. Once you get in like a night setting, all the lights are just hitting you at once.
Right.
Real cool effects. But you know, I'm real early into the game so far. I'm still not sure about all the hype and all that because whatever. But it's pretty fun so far. But we'll see. I really wish it was third person. Something like that I really feel should be a third person game. Man.
Right. That's the reason.
It kind of hurts to be first.
That's the reason why I didn't bother to pretty much get into it. Because once I saw the first person, I was like, I got to play
it's from the Witcher people too. I figured. And Fallout let you be both.
Yeah.
First, you can switch out. Yeah. You know, I think that's what they should have did for this. They should let you switch out. And apparently the only time you get the third person is when you ride a vehicle in this. So you can do that, but you're riding a vehicle like a motorcycle or a car. And I'm thinking at least on PC, you're probably going to be able to mod that in because if the camera can switch you out into a model that can put you on like a motorcycle and shit, that model's there. So with the PC, you can probably switch the camera up to use that third person thing. I'm hoping that someone mods that in.
I don't know. I don't know. I watched a bit of it on Twitch, and it didn't really do anything for me. It wouldn't like have me out there wanting to go and get.
I said get it if it's cheap.
And again, don't get me wrong. I do play first person games because I love Doom, and we're gonna talk about the Game Awards if you happen to see that fucking farce. You know what I'm saying?
Oh boy, those are usually just garbage anyway, aren't they? Yeah. Christ.
Yeah. I watched the people stream it on Twitch, and it really wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. I know I wouldn't play it. I got a bunch of games I haven't finished yet anyway. And I don't know, and then I watched this one person play it, and like the person got trapped inside of an invisible wall and the game crashed a few times, and you expect that sometimes, but I was just like, nah, we can't do this right here. Come on.
I had one kind of weird issue where I pushed pause. And then when I should record a video because it was funny looking. I pushed pause, and then when I unpaused the game, everyone started doing their best Michael J. Fox impersonation. It was just shaking and stuttering everywhere.
Oh yeah!
Holy Christ!
No, what's that? The character model jitters and shit like that.
Everyone started just doing the shakes. It's like, what is this shit? And I can still walk around. It was fucked up looking. Yeah. I had to unpause and pause it again to fix it.
But see, that's how they're releasing these games now. You're the beta tester.
Yeah, I hate that shit, man. It's the whole update thing that lets them do that.
Yeah, and you know what? And I agree. Jeffrey Cummings put on the older systems, it looks straight garbage. Felt bad for those who purchased it on the Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah, God bless.
It's I didn't want to say it again. Because the way it is now, you can say something about a game and they want to bring a lawsuit against you or whatever the case may be. It's crazy. But
good day just for talking about a fucking game.
You're not supposed to have an opinion. You're not supposed to have an opinion on anything.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's new world.
Everything has to be good and great, huh?
Yeah, everything has to be good and great. I mean, like you can't speak your mind on anything. You can't be objective about anything. You have to either agree with them or shut the fuck up. And It's crazy. It's sad, man. It's real sad. Do I think? I mean, I see no. I'm just not into it. I'm not into it. I don't see any reason to get.
I'll tell you what though. As far as if you want to get in a game with like a Blade Runner setting, this is the one to do because we're just walking around the alleys. I get a big time Blade Runner feel off of that for sure.
Right.
But again, that just makes me want to play that in third person, so I can just look at the whole world in a bigger view.
Right.
You know, definitely Blade Runner though, for sure.
What do you think? I'm a big fan of Dune. Right, I love Dune. What do you think about that new one that's coming out? Do you like Dune?
I played the first. I haven't played the recent one yet, man. I'm waiting for a sale to pop off so I can grab it.
No, there's a movie coming out called Dune.
Is it based on the game?
No, not Doom.
Oh, Dune. D-U-N-E?
D-U-N-E, yes.
Oh, man, looking for that. Yeah, I used to love the old kid.
You know who my boy, you know who I wanted to do, because you know the main, I'm going to be real honest for you. A lot of movies and a lot of shows I like for the villain. And for some reason, when the first time I saw Baron Harkonnen, I fell in love. I liked how disgusting he was. I liked how messed up he was. I liked how over the top, and he was always screaming. And you can tell later on as you read the books, because Jodorowsky's Dune really goes into depth as the reason why Baron Vladimir Harkonnen is fucked up like that is because he's filled with diseases, something like a syphilis that's driven him mad. That's why he takes those baths and stuff, and he has to purge himself of all that infection and shit. And he ended up like, you know, after from having so many disgusting sexual escapades and shit like that, he's caught tons of diseases and shit like that. So, you know, that's why you would see like sometimes pus all over him and then
sores and shit on his face, right?
Sores all over him. And then he would make love to the men and boys there and stuff like that.
Have his face be just looking.
Because you remember the one part of it, like, and I'll send you. What'd he go? He would like this. He was like, I'll send you. Hey, my pretty face. And then he was like, bring my doctor! Bring me my doctor! He was just looking at it. He was staring every time Fate, which was Sting, would come around and he would just start looking at him like this. He'd be like, he's like, and when we've crushed them, my pretty Fate, I'll sing you Fate, you. You saw
dripping pus while he's talking all the time too.
Looking at him, he says, and then he just started looking at him like this. He was like, bring me my doctor! And he started smiling and shit. I was like, oh man, this nigga fucked up. But I loved him. I loved the way he was just like, he was crazy, but he was a maniacal genius. Because it was like, so what happens next, my lord? What do we do next? He was like, oh, he's like, I won't. He was like, this. He was like, oh, I won't tell you. He said, but they'll know. And they'll know. And then when he spit on the girl's face, he said, I want you to feel some spit, just a little bit of spit, and you saw it just go out of his. I loved how gross he was, man. I loved how gross he was. I loved it. And he would just start screaming and hollering and shit like that. And then there's one part. Again, I've watched Dune, the movie version of Dune, so many times to where I remember these episodes, like these scenes vividly. Like the one with him and because I think he was part of the Atreides family. And what was his other son's?
I remember reading the book in 5th grade too. It was a great book.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Even for that time, it was very cutting edge. It was ahead of its time, you know, because they essentially like everybody had broken up into factions, and because of like all the stuff that was going on, spice was essentially like you know, they were fighting over spice and water and shit like that. Like the suits they would wear would literally recycle the water that was in their body. You know what I'm saying? So that they like keep moving on. You know what I'm saying? That because like water had become like completely scarce. It was just gone. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I love Dune. To me, it was next level Star Wars, if you ask me.
So there's a new one coming out?
Yeah, there's a new one coming out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's a new one coming out. But I love Dune. They have new figures out too.
Oh, see, that's what's up. Yeah, there we go.
On the 18th, the movie gets released on the 18th. So I don't know if it's going to be on a streaming service.
Is this another HBO Max deal? Because it seems like they're taking up everything.
Yeah.
HBO Max. Man, I don't even have. Do you have to have an HBO? Because I already have an HBO on my regular TV.
Yeah, well, HBO, what they do is they rolled everybody over into HBO Max. If you got HBO.
Oh, cool. I already got the shit there. Nice.
Yeah, you already got it. So I'm gonna check that out as soon as it's dropped and everything like that. I can't wait. Very big
because I know HBO Max has like all the Adult Swim shit. They have like Mad TV, so that's kind of why I want to fuck with it because I miss Mad TV. Fantastic.
Yep. Big fan of Dune. Absolutely love Jodorowsky's Dune. If you ever read it, you read Jodorowsky's Dune, right?
Yeah, as a kid.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Fantastic.
It's great. I love it.
Who's doing the new figures?
McFarlane. McFarlane's doing the figures. So they're coming out great. They look good and they're sturdy. They're sturdy. It's not like how can I say? It's not like the little flimsy. Remember before back in the day?
McFarlane was flimsy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you can look at the damn thing, it would just break.
You could not, man. I had bought so many spawns. Sometimes I pull them out the pack. Like it was like how old NECA was. Like NECA's gotten better.
Yeah.
They gotten better with their quality because I remember it was sometimes.
Man,
we were watching. Yeah, we should do a watch event for Dune, Mika. That would be great. Mika says, should we do a watch event for Dune? I think we should. That would be great. That would be great. But yeah, I remember I used to purchase like NECA figures and stuff like that, and you would just cross your fingers as you're opening the package. So was McFarlane, but like his figures are absolute quality. They're absolute quality, man. I'm telling you,
I'm kind of annoyed about that Kickstarter though, man. Like the goddamn torso has to be twisted like that. Are you sure?
Yeah.
I can't believe hey, I'm probably gonna flip the other two I got anyway. I got the 3-pack. I'm gonna flip the classic and the unpainted one and keep the modern one. So I just wish the torso would have just had the articulation. Like, well, you can't have that. I mean, it's supposed to be rubberized, but it comes at that twist. So no matter what you do, he's pre-posed with this fucking torso twisting. I'm not a big fan of that.
Action figures he was making.
Yeah, he's going back to that shit.
I hate when he makes action figures. I don't like action figures. Because to me, and see, for a while, he could have cornered the market, but he kept making those action figures as part statue, part action figure. I don't like those. Nobody really likes them. That's why they were peg warmers.
I thought they were lazy. It's just a lazy thing to do.
A Bowen statue or a Kotobukiya or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a statue. I'm not going to get a McFarlane statue or a action figure. Oh, it's posable statue. I don't want that. I want an action figure.
Yeah, but what's the point of posing it when once you pose it, you break up the sculpt? It ruins it.
I don't know. I don't know why he did that. Which in turn, I think, that's the reason why I think he started going into action figures, because with his craftsmanship, he can do wonderful posable figures. Like I purchased the Batman, the Superman. If you look on the and for ladies and gentlemen that haven't, visited the Tough Nerd Toys channel, I have figures up there that I've reviewed that are absolutely amazing. They're amazing that McFarlane is doing. As a matter of fact, I just recently, I have them. Again, I have a ton of action figures that I haven't reviewed for you guys because I'm doing a ton of stuff. I'm trying to get to them as much as possible. But he did he's been doing the Marvel figure. I mean, the super DC figures. They come out absolutely amazing. I love the way he did the Superman. A lot of people didn't like the sculpt that he did for Superman. I think it was phenomenal. I love
the animated one. It came
out. It's a movie one. It's a cartoon. It's a comic book one, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely. It's on the shelf back there. I can pull it down so you can see it closer. So just give me a second, and I'll show it to you. Hold on. It looks great.
He has great sculpt. I just wish he just.
Oh yeah, he has amazing sculpt.
Yeah, his sculpt work is always good. It's just that damn Kickstarter. Like, really, you had to give him the Staction torso?
No, I don't want. That's why I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. I don't want to do that. Now, I had reviewed this figure before, and if you look at it, look how beautiful it is.
Oh wow, yeah, it looks pretty good. That's a McFarlane, huh?
Yeah, McFarlane. You see it?
I see butterfly joints too. He has butterfly joints,
butterfly joints and everything, bro. This guy is fucking awesome. He didn't put the S on the back of the cape, which I don't mind, but he gave him a nice long vinyl cape.
Nice. Well, McFarlane's always, his cape. That's his deal.
Look at that S. That S has like the
Is that embossed? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's raised a bit too. That's what I like. I like the way it just covers his chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good size for sure.
Sculpt is nice and everything like that. So I mean, like I think McFarlane is doing a wonderful job, and I just want him to continue doing a wonderful job. What figures have you seen that you're pretty much interested in?
Oh man, I got that cable from Revoltech coming. I'm really looking forward to just messing with
How
that
much did you
thing.
go for?
I got it from my guy for I think 70 or 60.
You
Can't
can't
remember
beat
now.
that. How tall is he?
He's I think 7 some inches. He's pretty big. He's if you have your Marvel Legends Bishop, he's a little bit bigger than him.
Good, good. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
let me see. When you finish, give me a link to that so I can possibly scoop him up.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a link to a review of it too. So you can see him. And dude, he just looks fun to mess with. In terms of posing him, you can put him all kind. And he has those big ass guns. He has the two like shotgun deals, and he has the one massive cannon. You can the one thing I like about it is you can strap all the weapons to him at one time. He has a place for all his weapons to go.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. You do know that they went after what's her name, Rosario Dawson, for playing Ahsoka Tano, and then they were saying like, oh, she's what's her name? She messed up a trans person.
Ah, Jesus.
You know, again, like she's one of their people, and she still what's her name? They still went after her.
Yeah, I guess you can't have any kind of fun these days anymore if it's at anyone's expense.
You can't.
That's silly.
But I like the fact that Disney is ignoring a lot of the shit that they're doing because
as they should.
They're just doing shit. They're bored. The people are bored. They are like they just have no life and shit like that. So they're just trying to make things miserable for people and shit like that. You know?
That's a sad quality to have about you. You know, you have nothing to do, so do that type of shit.
So check it out, right? Check this out, right? I happen to get a hold of the armorer.
Oh, nice. Blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you haven't busted that thing open yet.
I am, brother. I don't keep, man. Bro, because I saw, you know what? I'm actually going to start doing, because remember, all right, I'm going to take this and make it a tagline or make it into a little series called Let That Thing Breathe. I'm gonna call it
Let It Breathe.
Where I'm just gonna just open these motherfuckers and let y'all see them. That's it. Got my man right here. Cad Bane.
Nice. I remember that character from that little anime series. He was cool.
Got Cad Bane.
You got the big ass hat too, huh?
Yes.
Nice.
You know what I think about with that big hat?
Yeah.
Indoor Han Solo. Got indoor Leia.
Nice. You get the whole line?
Man, hell
the whole wave. Yeah.
Well, man, this is not a game here. This is not a game. You know I had to get my boy.
Nice.
You know I had to get my boy. Indoor Luke Skywalker. Look at that box art. That box art is nice, man.
Like black and white goes to the green. Yeah. That's classy box art. Black and white keeps it
it's not cheap looking. Whoa. Look at this dude.
Ah, that was fresh.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Incinerator Trooper.
Like the red on the face mask. Awesome.
Look at that art. That art is beautiful, man. Who else? Of course, you know I got a Clone Trooper.
Clone Trooper, yeah.
Got some pretty decent art for him. And my boy right here, for some reason, the Hoth soldiers and the Endor soldiers are my best, right? So I got another one. Well, it came with the set anyway. Hoth was my favorite battle out of all of the Star Wars movies. I like the Hoth battles. And I like the uniforms that they wore on Endor and Return of the Jedi. So, you know, got a couple of them and stuff like that. My Target exclusive Mandalorian should be coming soon because he came with the child and he's in the Beskar armor. So I mean, like, he should be coming soon and stuff like that. But other than that, man, I'm very satisfied with the way Star Wars is going, bro.
Nice, good stuff.
Very sad.
The whole wave too. Awesome.
Yeah. Because you know what? What I like about the Black Series is that I don't have to buy every figure to make a Build-A-Figure or anything like that because they don't really have Build-A-Figures. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I can break up the line because there's like honestly, none of those what do you call them? That last wave of Star Wars stuff from Disney. I ain't want none of that shit. I ain't want none of it. None of it.
Even the clearance bin, all that stuff into the clearance.
I have Rogue One toys. I skipped. I got a few Solo toys, but other than that, I didn't want none of that other stuff. Like what was that? Force Awakens, I think it was, and what was the one after that? The Last Jedi, or whatever the case may be. And nah, I ain't mess with none of that. None of it. That stuff you can literally buy that junk for like $1 or 50 cents if you go to the dollar stores and stuff. It just be sitting up on the racks. A whole bunch of Rays, a whole bunch of what's her name, Rose Ticos, and a whole bunch of what's the name?
Damn, we still there?
Yeah, just sitting there, just sitting
Beautiful.
there. Like 5 years ago, just sitting there. It's like if you go to any, I don't know if you guys have a Dollar Tree or like, do you guys got like the
Dollar General,
$5 stores and stuff like that? $5 stores, they'd be like 2 for $5.
Oh, I know them shits are gonna be at TJ Maxx for sure.
Yeah, like you
in the Piss Toy section.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
That's
man,
a shame.
Got some good stuff, man. Got some good stuff going on. They're gonna bring back for some reason they bringing back all the classic people from the original Spider-Man movies onto into
like a Spider-Verse deal in the live action style.
That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're trying to mimic what the CW did by bringing in all of the you know, the former actors and actresses from the what do you call that, the Batman movies, Superman movies, and all that other stuff.
Keaton and all that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Looking forward to some stuff, but yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is just it's a weird time, man. It's a weird time all the way around.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Figures are just pumping out though. In terms of the year sucks, but damn, look all this shit's coming out. I got the Storm. I got a few Storm. I got the Samurai Shodown one and a couple of Gears of War. The Gears of War one, the Locust Disciple or the Drone is fucking great. And I never played Gears of War 5. I bought them on the strength of the design. Just how chunky he looks. He comes with like the boomer rifle. It's just a cool looking character, man. I hope Storm gets to dig into more that 1 through 3 first trilogy Gears of War because there's a lot of shit they can cover there.
I agree.
But man, it just looks good. The face, the Locust guys are fantastic. They look like they should. And it just feels fun to mess with in their hand.
Well, you can't go wrong with Storm. I'm just being honest with you. Like Storm does a great job. They give you a great figure for the
especially if it's a big chunky type character.
Right.
They put her all in that.
Check it out.
I think next up, you see it. They already announced fucking Death Adder from Golden Axe.
Oh man, you know what? I never got a hold of the what's his name? The Barbarian
Axe Battler. Yeah,
Axe Battler. I never got a hold of Axe Battler from Golden Axe.
Comes with a dragon that you can ride. I never got hold of it. Yeah, it comes with a dragon.
I'm gonna have to look.
I'm grabbing that Death Adder for sure, though. I might have missed that one. But I'm grabbing that Death Adder.
Gotta get Death Adder. That's a must. That is a
gotta get the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh, Jeffrey says could be a way they're doing a Sinister Six film, which is cool. That would be cool. But check this out, Kenny. I don't know about you, but I was a big fan of hear me out. I enjoyed it for the fact that it was He-Man, but it was done anime style. Because if you look at the artwork of it, the new Adventures of He-Man, it was garbage. But the artwork and animation on it was good. Because I think it was done
by a little futuristic one with Cyborg Skeletor. I thought it was bad. I kind of like Skeletor's design, minus the eyeballs.
Yeah, when they gave him the eyeballs. So I was able to find this motherfucker for cheap.
Nice. See, he looks good without the eyeballs. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I got him.
He looks good. Yeah,
that's why
that design's great.
Like those googly looking eyes and shit. And you know, like you see like a couple of cybernetics sculpted into his body, into his build and shit like that, which I think is cool. And again, a lot of people didn't like that He-Man. I loved this He-Man when it came out.
That Skeletor he got though looks great without the helmet. I saw pictures of that one. Without the helmet, fantastic, man. Just that cybernetic looking skull thing, nice.
Right. This He-Man I absolutely love. Nah, the ponytail was a little. It's 90s. It's 90s. That's what they was doing.
I can't really hate the ponytail because, like you said, man, that's the style. that's 90s, man. It's like Image Comics. Every other character with a ponytail and a robot arm.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what it looks like.
But still, I mean, like nothing beats the man, though. Nothing beats the man. Nothing beats the man right here.
Yeah, the OG for sure.
I love this He-Man right here, but I do oh god, the Masterverse figures. I saw one, and I saw what's his name? I think it was Moss Man, and he looks great. I think they're trying to do like the 2000X line type of thing, but with more articulation, which would be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those sculpts are great. I just didn't like the action features. I thought, man, that really kills it. But the sculpts were all my favorite, especially a Skeletor from back in the day.
Brutal. They were very menacing and barbaric.
The Horsemen that did them, right?
Yeah, the Four Horsemen did them.
Yeah,
Four Horsemen did them.
I remember there Beastman was one of my favorites back in that line. Just Trapjaw looked menacing with the big ass arm. They gave him an oversized arm.
Yeah, and like he had stitches. You could see like where his body had been cut, and they replaced it. It was like big stitches on the outside, and his face was kind of sunk. Because you know who did that? You know, did you ever read those books?
The comics?
Yeah. You know who did that to him, right?
Nah.
Skeletor did that to him. His name was Cronus. And him and Evil Lyn Evil Lyn was in love with each other. But because she saw Cronus get his ass whooped by Skeletor and shit like that, she turned on him. Because his name was Kronos. He was going to take over the Dark Hemisphere of Eternia from Skeletor. But Skeletor amassed most of his army by whooping their asses. Beastman was out there wilding in the forest, kidnapping, killing people, whooped his ass. Was like, all right, boom. I'm going to keep you alive if you work for me. Trapjaw was a former adversary, a nemesis to Skeletor. Whooped his ass. I mean, like literally, because this is when like Skeletor was really manifesting his powers and shit like that. Kronos came to fight him, and Skeletor just dipped his ass because Skeletor can fight. In the books, he's a master swordsman and martial artist. He can fight. You understand what I'm saying? And he dipped to the side, and Kronos went to, which is Trapjaw now. Kronos went to do something, and he hit him full blast with his Havoc staff. Burnt off his skin, all that shit. Burnt his legs off, all that shit. Fucked him up. Picked up his body, and just threw it to Triclops and was like, do something.
Fantastic.
Because Triclops is pretty much like the mad scientist out of the whole group. That's why, and he keeps him at Snake Mountain because he can't trust him. You know what I'm saying? Because Triclops comes from the same area where it's like Man-Face and a lot of the technological individuals came from.
Yeah, that's what I always liked about that franchise. You
like that, because like the Master Universe world is like a culmination of wizardry and sorcery and science and all that.
Post-apocalyptic looks like too.
Right. That's why you saw as time went on, like the barbaric era that He-Man was existing in started becoming like, you know, a little bit like irrelevant, because like technology started picking back up again. Because before the great wars that they had with like King Grayskull and all that shit, they were a highly advanced race. But between all the wars, and then Eternia has 2 sons and shit like that, and all the like, you know, like mutated creatures, they're eating up shit. There's a food shortage on Eternia, and 2, it's always extremely hot on Eternia. That's why them niggas be running around in drawers and shit like that.
That explains that. Yeah,
they run around. It's too hot. It's very hot on Eternia. The average human really, like, besides the king's what's her name? The king's Prince Adam's mother. What's her name? Princess what's her name? Queen Marlena, I think. No, Queen something. She's a human, but like, you know, she has to stay. You don't really see her outside the castle, because Eternia, I think they're like, it's a whole, like they're closer to perfection or perfect human beings and everything on that planet than humans are. That's why the motherfuckers be muscular as hell, big as hell, more durable, everything.
Everybody yoked the fuck up. Yeah, you're right.
Everybody.
There's not one regular. Even when he's Prince Adam, he's still big as hell under them. Yeah.
They're closer to perfection. Eternians are closer to perfection. That's why their bodies are more dense. They can take more damage, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? The average attorney, I would guess, the average attorney would be able to at least lift up a car over here in our universe. Like I would say, like a Volkswagen, because when like you read a couple of books that I've read from DC and like the story of Eternity and shit like that, like they're like primal men and women and shit like that.
Fucking power lifters, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's strong in that world. Even the weakest of people is strong. But yeah, man, I think we covered everything. I don't know, did we?
I'm pretty sure we did. We went here, there, Star Wars figures, this way and that.
Yeah, I think we covered everything. So I mean, like, anything you want to plug before we go?
No, not really. You find me here when I do the shows with you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring this to a close, and this show is brought to you by grown men who don't want to let go of their childhood. And
of course.
And by 2020, that gave us nothing good but 24-hour G.I. Joe and great action figures.
Yeah. Brought me right back to childhood.
Yeah, right. Be sure to check out the different channels. Check out I put the links down below in the description. Check out King Pig. Check out my man right here, Count Kenny. He has a great Instagram. Mika, who's still up there being a Princess Leia slave to the stormtroopers at quarter. You know what I'm saying? I have to get his helmet back soon. I guess whenever we land this ship, when we dock at the space station, Kenny, you good at the martial arts and everything. Just clunk him in the head, and I just put it right back on him.
Sounds like a plan.
You know what I'm saying? Be sure to check out our Tough Nerd Toys gaming channel. Check out Tough Nerd Toys. Check us out on YouTube if you prefer to go to YouTube, because this streams to multiple platforms, social media platforms. Check it out. What else we got going? We got an Instagram. We got Tough Nerd Toys Gaming on YouTube, which I have to organize the channel, but I put links down below. And if you like the show, don't hesitate to donate. I don't care if it's $1, 50 cents, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, please donate. Share this show. Let people know we out there. And I don't know. I guess that's it. It. Mika, be sure to check out Mika Pinky Tuscadero on her Instagram. She's a wonderful DJ. She said they had their way with me already. I don't think stormtroopers are like, how can I say? Yeah, I don't think they're great at like making love. I think they just do a lot of complaining and pointing. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like me. Awesome.
Yeah, right. With a scowl.
Point, yeah.
Scowl.
Don't look at my faces.
Don't look at my face. So this is where we land the ship back at the space station. I'm going to go and sneak back into the asylum while Count Kenny goes off onto his assassin rampage with a bloody broken mop handle. And
that's how you do
it. And Mika, before I get back to my my asylum and stuff like that, I'm gonna grab Mika up and just be like, just like grab their attention. They'll go running after me. She can run off. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. Thanks for tuning in. Be on the lookout for, and it's a mature show. The other show that we do is not for children. It is a mature show. It is called the Uncle Beetle Stay Messy show.
It could be for kids, just the cool kids.
Yeah, Yeah, and Jeff Cummings will be off to the League of Uselessness. Hey, Jeff, one day, why don't you come on the show, man? I would love to have you as a guest. You're great. You are great. But yeah, check us out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay safe. Wishing you guys the best. Hope you guys are safe. Hope you guys are healthy.
Yeah, don't die this year. It'd be a shame if you did.
Yeah, man.
It's the wrong time to die too, because ain't nobody could be at your funeral, just you in the box.
I know, man. Like, unfortunately, I had to view my best friend's brother's funeral via Zoom, but it was a bit heartbreaking and everything like that. And it's
gotta be, man. Funerals, you expect everybody to be together, right? I mean, damn.
Yeah. But it was a wonderful funeral. But again, don't forget us. Check us out. Donate if you want to donate. We greatly appreciate it. We need it. We will appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and we love you. Take care.
Bye, everybody.